1,000 meters. Whereas if they had to get 2,000, that means that they're paying 4,800 kwacha for 2,000 meters. We sell our 2,000 meters for 3,500 kwacha. So someone would be saving 1,300 kwacha, and on a product that is lasting a minimum of 4 years. Whilst on the other side, if they get to 2 seasons, 2 years, they're really lucky. And those pipes are not UV treated; they are recycled pipes. So it's a weaker type of material. So I can say that we are fairly priced. We are already highly discounted, and we are offering a proper product. You know.
Yeah, that's good.
So when you say per hectare, how much is that? Are you
so with just it depends. If you want us to set it up fully, that's with the tanks, with the poly pipes, the fittings for the poly pipes, and the drip irrigation. You're not going to spend more than 40,000 kwacha for all of that. But if you're just talking about just the drip irrigation with the connectors, you're looking at about 20,000.
20,000 per hectare.
Per hectare, yes.
Or per acre. Per hectare.
Whereas with just the drip irrigation alone, with other companies, you're probably looking at not less than 28, 29, just with the drip irrigation alone. And by the time you're getting through with the installation and all of that, per hectare, you're looking at not less than 45,000. 45. That was, I think that was even as of October last year. You're looking at 45,000 thereabout, but now I know the prices should be closer to 50. Someone was actually quoted 60,000 per hectare.
Okay. Oh my God!
from one of the other renowned companies, and they were willing to pay until they came across us.
Okay.
So now imagine what a farmer would be able to do, saving 20,000 kwacha per hectare.
So what would your spacing be for that?
For the potatoes?
Okay, let's say potatoes. I was going thinking of avocados, to be honest.
Well, we've got a solution for avocados. We've got a solution for potatoes, the vegetable type of setting, and for the orchard type of setting. So for the if you're looking at the avocados, we've got the blank hose. They come in the 500 meter lengths, and they've got a minimum lifespan of 7 years. You'll be able to use them without any issues. And for the avocados, the recommended spacing is 5 by 5 squared, 5 meters by 5 meters squared. So you're looking at 400 per hectare, having 400 trees per hectare, and you would need not less than four pipes, the 500 meter pipes, because you're spreading them out. You will have 20 lines of 100 meters. So if you're wanting to go about it that way, then you're looking at a minimum of 4. Safely on the safe side, you can get 5. But each 500 meter roll is only 1,500 kwacha. And the outline drippers, where the avocado is going to be irrigated from, where the spacing will be, is only 6 kwacha, and it gives 17 liters per hour. We've got 2 types. There's one that gives 70 liters per hour, 70, and then there's another one that gives 17 liters, which is more ideal for your seedling avocado. And then should you desire to have more overflow rate, you can be able to place 2 of them. Then you would be able to have 34 liters per hour.
Okay. Yeah. For me, you're losing me in all the numbers. So if from what you've said, 5 by 5, and if it was 5 by 5 spacing per hectare, and I've got my own reservoir, and you're just tapping in from the reservoir, how much would that cost me per hectare? And I've got 6 hectares to do.
So I'm set by the computer just now. I'm just going to create.
Brilliant. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to create a quick quote. So
what's your number? Because I can see people are starting to join, and maybe we can take this conversation offline. What is your phone number?
Yes, no problem. 0966
oops, 0966
610
610
755. The name is Mike.
Michael. Okay, thank you so
Yeah.
much. Okay.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, I've seen some of our members have arrived.
Yes.
Yeah. So welcome. We are too much late, I think, but we were discussing some interesting topics here. However, I don't know if we supposed to start or we should wait more.
I think we can start, and might be that these are the only people that might turn up. So
okay,
we could.
Okay. Okay. Let's ask Mr. Tony to wait a little bit so that we can see after 10 minutes, for example, if because the orders issue is the main topics today. And let me only I can start to talk about the new techniques that has been mentioned last time, and this one I have introduced in Zambia, the one for the planting potatoes in bags.
Also, Professor, may I just say we could also, because it's a small group, we could ask specifically what people are interested in, and when they're
Exactly.
doing the poll.
Okay, no problem.
Then
we can go, and yes, you can ask, no problem.
Okay. Is anybody on the call like to ask a question? We've got someone from irrigation. We've got Mr. Tony from ordering and Professor Reda. So do you have any questions? Mangala's phone shows that she's talking, but there's no sound coming out.
No, I'm not talking.
Oh, you're moving. Oh, hello, Professor. That's my sister.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mute it. Sorry.
It's okay.
No. I'm just here to learn. So please carry on.
No problem.
Okay.
We've got Walia. Walia, did you have any questions?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
On the ordering of potatoes, are we doing that as a group or are we doing that individually? Because maybe I might have missed an update. The potato seed.
Mr. Tony or Professor, would you like to take that?
Tony, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm just giving you the opportunity. In any case,
yeah. For the orders, yes. If you wanted to ask now to order now, because until the whole group will come together, because the groups, yes, they have filled the application form, but they are not following up to now, because I cannot see a serious commitment. So Mr. Tony is available. Yes.
I can add to that. You can do that individually if you want, if you are ready to plant now, or if you are ready to plant next month, you can order that individually. You don't need to wait for a group to go on. Of course, if it's group, it would be much better for your own costing and adding the other components of fertilizer and so on. But if you like to order individually, you are welcome to come through.
Mr. Tony, you said somebody came to buy some?
Yes, there's actually a lady came and she bought like 2 bags.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she will come again in June, maybe. Or
okay, so there's no maximum. Walia, does that answer your question, or do you want to follow up?
Yeah, yes, it does. I have a small piece of land that, like, it's less than a lima, so I wanted to start with on trial basis. So if I can buy small quantities of seed, then I can come through. I think the only other issue will be on the chemicals. If no one else is buying, it might be a bit more expensive, but then I'll see.
If you wanted to plant 1 lima, I think you will need like 500 kg.
Okay.
Yeah, because one hectare needs 2 tons.
Okay.
So 1 hectare is 4 limas.
Yes.
So meaning we divide by 4, it's 500 kilogram that you will need, And the good things that the seats available, I've seen with Mr. Tony, is a medium size and egg size, so that you can plant your area with this quantity. With the distance 25 centimeter, 20 to 25 centimeter apart. And the distance between the rows and the ridges supposed to be from 75 to 80 centimeter. So that you can maximize the land use efficiency.
All right.
Okay. If you have any other question concerning the planting, you can ask. Otherwise, the seats are available. You can go and take your seats. But I advise you fast, because I know I know the seats
Mr. Tony is packing tomorrow, isn't he?
Yes. We are planting tomorrow in Mpongo. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but does it mean that you are planting in Mbongo that there is no one in the can give the seats for
No,
the
no,
people?
No. The team is
So please
there.
explain for us this, because
No, my team is always there. I'm not planting myself. I'm sending my guys to the
yeah,
farm,
okay.
so they can just put the staff there. But otherwise, we are available from 8 a.m. to 17 p.m.
By the way, I have been, of course, many times to Mr. Tony's place, and like I showed you that video for the the potato plant, but also over there it's like a packing house, and they have all type of fruits. I have seen it. Mr. Tony, can you give us an idea also what you have there?
Yeah, sure. It's a one-stop place for all the fruit and vegetable. We are growing and we are sourcing locally. We do supply all the chain stores in Zambia, and we've got our market in the neighboring countries as well. So yeah, we've got all different items of fruits and vegetables that we can grow in Zambia here. Our main drive is to support the local farmers, or to support the local growers. We do a lot of potatoes. Of course, that's our topic. And that's why we have our washing plant, and we have our packing facility for that as well.
Meaning that the one who will go there, he will have the chance to see the plant.
Yeah, the plant. Yeah, definitely. We can take them on a tour. There's no issues with that.
Where's the plant? Is it in Mpongwe or here in Lusaka?
No, it's in Lusaka. It's
the
opposite
plant,
Levy Mall.
Okay.
It's opposite Levy Mall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the company again, if we go looking for it?
It's Fellow Patter.
Sorry?
Fellow Patter.
Okay. Thank you.
Or Foodies. Yeah.
Foodies. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask, in Lusaka, you said you were planting, did you say 110 hectares?
That's nationwide, actually. It's not only in Lusaka.
Okay. I wanted to know where the biggest is in Lusaka so that we can come and visit.
You are welcome to visit. There is in Mwembishi, of course, and there is in Kafui that we will plant next month. But currently, the nearest one it will be in Kabwe. We planted there 30 hectares, and that will be the nearest, actually.
No, then I think the nearest will be me.
Yes, the nearest will be Mwembishi, Mwembishi side, yes.
Zambia, Egypt will be the nearest one. So,
yes, yeah.
Because I've planted now 5 days. Tomorrow the day number 6. So I have seen the germination is started.
Is it already germinating?
You know what I can do with the seed, with the potatoes.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They have to listen to that to me.
Yeah, sure. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll come and just take make
Yeah,
a
it's
site
supposed
visit.
to, the normal is from 10 to 15 days for the
Yeah.
germination. If you remember what we were saying concerning the fast germination or the late germination, if you plant your seeds deeply, it will take much more time. If you plant your seeds without sprouting, it will take much more time. But if you make all the sprouting before planting, and you plant and you just cover 10 centimeter on top of your plants, and of course you take care about the irrigation so that the germination will come fast. Of course, I wish that we have also many people that we can tell that there are some treatments that can fasten the germination also through 7 days, 8 days maximum. You find your plants your seeds already germinated. We will talk about that maybe later when some people want to know about that.
Sure. So we'll do visit your place there maybe in 3 weeks' time from now.
You're most
Then
welcome.
we can do the rigid. Yeah.
In 3 weeks' time, then we have to apply the first application
Rigid.
of fungal disease. If you do remember the calendar that we have developed.
Correct. Yes.
See, I'm
correct.
taking the opportunity to remind you with the calendar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is the calendar available to share with people so that they can?
It is already in the second presentation.
Okay, thank you.
You will find it in the second presentation. With each slide, you find on top the title, how many days, then the operation that's supposed to be done.
Professor, you were supposed to edit the second presentation because there was an error on the days. Were you able to do that?
It was one slide there. I will make it and send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Was the second presentation shared?
Yes, it was shared. But I'm happy to resend it to you, Walia, if you haven't got it.
Sure.
Okay.
I think I missed it. Then maybe Michael, what would the cost look like on a 1 hectare for irrigation?
For what? For potatoes?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I think she means potatoes.
Yes, for potatoes. Yes, Michael.
So if you're talking about irrigation, there's two types. If you want it to be completely set up without it having anything in the first place, now we're talking tanks, polypipes, and the drip irrigation with the connectors that go with it, you are looking at not more than 40,000 kwacha. But if you're looking at just the drip irrigation, you already have the overhead tanks, you already have the polypipes, you're looking at not more than 20,000 kwacha.
Okay, so we already have the tank, so it will just be the drip lines.
Yeah, so you're looking at 19,900, so about 20,000 kwacha.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And what you wouldn't have to worry about is the wear and tear on the actual drip irrigation. They're UV treated, so in the middle of October, in the middle of the day, it will not get hammered, and it's got a nice flow rate. The standard flow rates that are widely distributed is about 1.6 liters to 2 liters per hour. But we are giving 3.5 liters per hour. So you irrigate in half the time, use half the energy, and half the electricity as well. So it's got a good flow rate on it.
So what capacity tank? Because this is would be done on a residential on the back. So we currently have I can't even remember. Is that a 5,000 liter? I don't know. But what size tank would we need?
And this is, you're saying residential, but it's a hectare. It's about a hectare.
No, it's a lima.
A lima is Yeah,
25 by
2,500. 55 by 55.
25. Is it? No, 50
25.
by 50.
Yeah, a lima is 50 by 50.
Yes.
So you're looking at 2,500 square meters. So you would need one 2,000 meter drip roll, the flat drip, and then you would have to get one 500 meter round hose, which has got the 30 centimeter spacing. So you're looking at about 5,800 with the connectors and the actual drip. And then if you're talking about the type of tank, you're good with a 5,000 liter tank. It's always best to have a good size tank. So if in future you want to be able to upgrade, that's also fine. But a 5,000 liter tank should do.
Okay, no, I just realized my land is not lima, it's less, because the space back there is like a 40 by 30. It's less. I don't know why I thought a lima was 25 by 20. So it's half a lima. It's not a lima.
Half a lima. Then you're absolutely fine with one 2,000 meter roll with the connectors. It's going to cost you 3,980 kwacha. And you can set that up.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
So, is there any other question or any other interesting topics before we hand over to Mr. Tony to speak the last about the orders and the last date for the orders, so that we can go on?
I think everybody's good, Professor.
Okay, Mr. Tony, this is recorded, Miss Linda, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Professor. Thank you.
Okay, so that we can boost it later. So, Mr. Tony, please, would you please can tell us the last date for ordering, so that after that date, it's okay. I mean, he has to wait another time.
Yeah, most probably, as I explained to you, Doctor, before that, my last plantation will be early July.
Okay.
So the last date of orders for this season here, it will be on the 15th of May. I cannot
15th,
go beyond that. Yeah.
15th May. If anyone wanted to order, will be the last date will be 15th May.
15th May. And of course, if we make the orders on 15th May, I'm going to plan that for June and July plantation. Bear in mind, the last date of plantation in July is not going to pass that or to exceed the 10th of July. After that, I'm stopping completely.
Because of the rains, I know.
Exactly. Yeah. So the last date of ordering, it will be the 15th of May, and the last date of plantation, it will be the 10th of July, and we are done for the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Linda, can we after we finish, we can post also this announcement for the last date for ordering?
Yes, Professor.
Yes. This is from one hand.
The next day for next year, Mr. Tony, when do you need them for? If people want to start in April.
Next year, yes. Next year we can open the ordering from end of February or early March. That will be for plantation of the 3rd week of March and ongoing now up to end of July again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So we can announce this information for the whole group on the group, so that we can follow. And please also, Mr. Tony, tomorrow, please don't forget to take a photo for the seats and post it on the group also.
Sure.
Which is available now in your place. Then,
sure.
Yeah. Then also for the irrigation, Mr. Michael, I think he has spoken a lot, and he's explained a lot also for us. Thank you so much. And now I would like to mention for the advantages and disadvantages of planting potatoes in the bags. Can I go on this one?
Yes, please.
Yes. Of course, we were mentioning, like, is even Mr. Tony now was mentioning that the last planting date will be 10th of July, and he cannot plant after that. This is the main reason for that is because of the rain-fed season. So that because once you plant after July, then you will face the heavy rains, and then your plants will be rotted and damaged, and you will lose all your production almost. So to find a solution for those people who are interested also in planting during the rain-fed season, we come out with the planting in bags, because planting in such bags give you the advantages of the drainage of water. So meaning whatever rains can be there, the water will be drained immediately from the bags. Especially if we are putting the bags on the surface, so it's not and it will of course it will be even better if you are putting it on some ridges like 50 centimeter or 40 centimeters, so you guarantee that all the heavy rains which will come will be drained faster, so that your potato will stay away, the tubers will stay away of the heavy water or the water load. Then this technique of planting also give us the opportunity to plant even in your balcony, in your home garden, in your balcony, in any available space you have. You can start with 1 bag, 5 bags, 10 bags, whatever. Then whatever number according to the space you have. Planting in bags is very easy. You buy an empty sack or an empty bag, and then you put this mixture of soil and compost or manure in the bottom of the bag, like 25 or 30 centimeter. Then of course you are folding the bags in the beginning. Then you put the soil, this mixture of soil. Then you plant. It's preferable to plant 2 to 3 bags in a triangle in each bag. Then once it germinated, the depth that you put your seeds is like 1 inch. Then you cover the seeds and you irrigate. Then once it is germinated and starts to grow, when it grows like 10 centimeter to 15 centimeter, that's when you start to unfold some of the bag again. Then you add some soil around the stem, around this germinated stem. Then you irrigate, and you repeat this as much as the plants grow. 10 to 15 centimeter you vary, 10 to 15 centimeter you vary, until you go with your bag like a height of 40, 50, or even more centimeter. You remember when we were showing the potato plant in the first and second presentations, our target was to increase the height of the white stem, which is underground. By adding the soil around your plantation, around your potato plants, with time, meaning you are preventing the stem to be exposed to the sunlight, meaning you are making this stem white. Since you are making this stem white, then you are giving the chance for the roots to be initiated and the tubers to be initiated. As height as the white stem, meaning you will have a big number of tubers and you will find at the end it is like a layers, 1, 2, or 3 layers in the same bag of potato. So in terms of quality, you will find a good quality. In terms of production, you will have a reasonable production, of course. Plus, you controlling the cross and controlling any pesticides or whatever with the bags are more easier. But there is a message that you have to follow when arranging the bags, especially if you are gonna to plant like our friends that has done this last season. For they have planted like 5,000, 10,000 bags. So they arrange each 2 bags in one line. Then they leave space like 50 centimeter in order to have to access between the bags if you want to make some weeding manually, or if you want to spray some foliar fertilizer, whatever, pest control, whatever. So you can have the easy access to do this spray. This is so far what about these techniques, the advantages, of course, and the disadvantages is that in case of you are planting 5,000, 10,000, then it will need some labor also. Plus, if the materials of the bags are not good, meaning it can be damaged, and then this will give you some headaches, especially that some of the soil can be eroded and you lose some of your plantations. But otherwise, this is one of the techniques that you can use during the rain-fed season, and also during the non-rain-fed season. I mean, during the winter also you can use it if you want, but mainly we can use this one. The other technique that we can use during the rain-fed season is to plant the potato under tunnels. Tunnels means it's like a small greenhouse, but it's like a plastic. You cover each ridge you cover it with a plastic with a height of 1 meter, or almost, or less than 1 meter, but the maximum is 1 meter. And this is also a common way of planting in Egypt. We planted the tomato and the potatoes and even eggplants and the pepper under the tunnels during the rain season. So that you can also do the same here in Zambia. You can do the same here in Zambia during the rain season, and also you have to consider to raise the height of the ridges so that you can allow the rains and the water to drain fast from your field or from your garden. This is what I can say in this. If anyone has a question, he is welcome to ask, and we are here to answer. Thank you.
There was one question for Mr. Tony and one question for Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, apologies. It was me who was trying to send you a text message when the phone rang. So the question that I have here for Mr. Tony is, Mr. Tony, I've sent you the question.
I've replied already, yes.
Oh, you've replied, okay. So the question was, someone said, could you ask if one can pay for seed now only to collect for April? Will the price be affected by dollar rate? And you have said, better I get payment next year, April. Okay, so you prefer the April. And then Mr. Mike, the question for irrigation, sorry, going back into it. If water supply is plentiful, soils are well drained, how many hectares can the 10,000 liter tank be used for with the drip pipes package that was shown in lesson 1? Mr. Mike, has he left? I think he has left, Professor. Professor, would you like to answer that? If you remember your presentation?
Yes, you are saying about the hectare, 1 hectare or 10 hectares or what?
If water supply is plentiful for how many hectares can a 10,000 liter tank use for the potatoes? So basically, she's got a 10,000 liter tank. How many hectares will that supply?
No, first we need to know something important about the irrigation. The irrigation for drip, we using a drip irrigation for potatoes. You need to irrigate and to give the enough quantity of water, or at least, if I'm saying 2 hours per day, with a very good irrigation system. So 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour afternoon, or almost after 4 p.m. So that those are the two best times for irrigating. Then 2 hours with a good irrigation system. That one was 30 centimeter apart, because by this you will guarantee that there will be a connected wet zone on this ridge of potatoes. Then you need to irrigate every day in the first 2 months. Then after that, it's better to increase the irrigation hours, and to make 1 day off between 2 days on and 1 day off. This is what we will call it irrigation regime. So that you increase the number of hours, but you can make 1 day off. Concerning the tank, you need to fill the tank as much as you are irrigating and your plants are receiving the water for the time that we are saying. So if 1 hour, if you are irrigating 1 hour, for example, and the tank is finished, then you need to make sure that your tank is supplementary, filled with water, so that you can finish your irrigation time, which will guarantee that you are delivering the right quantity of water, or amount of water needed for the plantation. You know that every plant in the beginning needs a good quantity of water for the vegetation and for the initiation of tubers and so on. And one of the secrets is that I can tell you in the potatoes, that as much as you give water, as much as the tuber size will be good. But keep in your mind, you stop totally irrigating when you get 80, after 80 or 85 days. Then you stop irrigating totally, for almost 10 days before harvesting, so that you can have a good quality tubers when you harvest. I hope that I have answered your question.
Okay, can I just add in, Mrs. K?
Yes, please.
Oh, Professor, what I was asking was, in the first lesson, you had given the package based on 1 hectare. In 1 hectare, we could get 10,000 liters and drip pipes, etc., etc. Now, I want to do 5 hectares. Does it mean I need to buy 5 tanks?
You mean 5 times of what? Of the tank?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. For 1 hectare, you provided that breakdown of the requirements we would need.
Yes.
It included 10,000 liter tank and drip pipes, etc., etc.
This is Mr. Michael was providing. Yes.
Oh, yes. Now, I wanted to know, if I want to do 5 hectares at the same time, does it mean?
What you need to do is, this tank with 10,000 to be more economic. This tank with 10,000, you can fill it 5 times. For example, you can fill it as much as many times. You don't need to buy 5 tanks, for example.
Good.
Unless you are rich.
No, I was worried about that. So I'm happy that
it's your borehole and your water pump, they are working. So what you will do, you will irrigate this 1 hectare now, Is this 1 hour? Okay. The second hour, the second hectare, the third hour, the third hectare, the fourth hour, the fourth hectare, and so on, even if you have 10 hectares. And this you are doing as much as you are continuing irrigating. Your water pump is delivering the water into your tank, and your tank, the water is coming out of your tank through the gravity.
Yes, yes. Now,
So
one
the
question.
idea of the tank is to give you the possibility for the water flow to go and the pressure to be high through the gravity.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, now I've never done any kind of farming, so forgive my question. The next question.
No, please ask. Don't worry. We are
Okay.
here.
When I lay the drip pipes, the drip irrigation on
Yes.
1 hectare, I want to water the second hectare. Am I moving this drip pipe, or is that drip line remaining there for 90 days?
No,
So I
no,
must buy more.
No. It's first, it's not practical, and it is you cannot remove the irrigation from. No, this will be fixed. So this
Okay,
irrigation
so
lines will be fixed in 1 hectare or 5 hectares or whatever.
so in actual fact, I'll need the 1 tank, a really good pump, but enough drip pipes for my 5 hectares.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
So that after 90 days, that's when we remove everything and go to the next section.
Yes, you will. After 90 days, you will remove the drips now.
Yes.
Okay, temporary only
Mhm.
until you harvest.
Yes.
And
Okay.
after you harvest, listen. After you harvest, you
Mhm.
will prepare this land for another type of plantation. You can use your drip again.
Okay. What I actually wanted to do, because you had said that it's good to 1 season you do the potato
rotate.
and then the other season something else.
To
Now,
rotate, yes, to rotate.
yes. Now, because I have 25 hectares, instead of rotating, I wanted to use 5 in this season, totally shift to another 5 in another season, totally shift until finally, if I come back to the original 5, it will be like brand new. Or do I still have to plant in this in that place?
Anyway, what I can tell you that after planting the potatoes in your first 5 hectares, you will have an income. You will have an income that you can also add another 5 hectares without removing those drips to other 5 hectares, and you can plant another type of crop in the same area.
No, I don't want to learn something else.
You have look. I know.
I can't take such a risk of,
No, it's not a risk.
of moving money to a new crop that I don't understand. Once
No.
I learn the fact, because you're providing the technical support, I want to learn and master the potatoes, and then that's it. There's no money for another
No
5
problem.
hectares
No
of something
problem.
which will die.
We are here to guide you for any type of crops you want.
I see. Okay. No, thank you very much, Professor. Thank
You're
you.
most welcome. Most welcome.
But Professor, she's asked an interesting question where she says if she rotates it and then she comes back to it. I was under the impression that if the nutrients have left the soil, that we need to plant something else so that it comes back into the soil.
No, the idea is for rotating is not because the crop is taking out nutrients. No,
Oh.
it's because we don't want the same disease to be developed. The population of especially the fungal diseases and the bacterial diseases. So this is the idea. Because if you plant a potato after potato, then you will have the big chance to for your tubers to be infected with scapes and bacterial diseases and the other fungal diseases. This is the point why we are doing this. Of course, making rotation also add more value, value to the soil fertility and the nutrition issue. But the main factor that we advise to not to plant the potatoes after potatoes in the same area is because of the soil-borne disease.
I see. Thank you, Professor. Thank
You're
you.
most welcome.
Does anybody else have any questions for the professor or for Mr. Tony? Please unmute yourselves. Okay. We don't seem to have any other questions. So we've talked about irrigation. Mr. Tony has talked to us about ordering, and he has said we can order anytime, we can go there. But the last order for this season is the 15th of May. Is the last date of the order, yes. And then the beginning of the next order would be at the end of February, beginning of March for next year. So those who are not ready. And then we've talked about the irrigation and the cost of irrigation, and Professor is happy to advise with technical support. I think that is all I have. Is that all, Professor? Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, thank you so much, Miss Linda. This is what we have today, and I hope that it is clear for. And again, we are welcome any questions anytime you ask. And I don't know if we will need to continue meeting each Tuesday or what. For me, it's okay, no problem. I don't mind, and it's up to you now.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor, so much. And thank you, Mr. Tony. We appreciate your time and for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, and a good night.